Get ready for the revolution. It's coming to you now. It's coming to you now. You're gonna see an evolution. And they'll never bring us down. No, they'll never bring us down. Get ready for the revolution. Get ready for the revolution. It's coming to you now. It's coming to you now. You're gonna see an evolution. And they'll never bring us down. No, they'll never bring us down. Get ready for the revolution.
Good morning or good evening, everyone. Welcome to today's live stream show of the Bookkeeper Revolution. I'm feeling, a little bit lonely today because Anna isn't here. Anna's actually off leading one of our clinics this week for our new Bookkeeper to CFO advisory program. It's week 2 in. We've got around 20 amazing bookkeepers actually going through and learning the skills that they need to actually really advise their clients. So we're super excited to see that come to life. So you've got me today, but I'm seriously not on my own. I have one of our delightful coaches with us now, Emma, who we actually fondly call our queen of organic marketing. Emma's actually a bookkeeper. And she first came into our world by actually coming through our Revolution program. And I'm really delighted to have Emma here with me today. Come on in, Ems.
Hi, Mel. How are you doing?
Good. How's life in lockdown in New Zealand?
Not too bad. Not as bad as I thought it was going to be. So that's definitely a positive, I think. But I've got my toddler running around, so that can be challenging. But, just got to keep going, right?
What's your little fella's name?
Eluan.
Eluan. So, we might see him make a surprise appearance yet.
I really hope not.
Well, we're family friendly here. It's all good. I think we've got a lot of ladies that are doing, at least you're not having to do the homeschooling thing yet, right?
I know. I don't know how people do that. That just seems almost impossible, really stressful. That must be.
Any ladies doing, or gentlemen, because it's not just a woman's thing. This is parents. Anyone doing homeschooling, let us know in the chat box. We want to know who our hearts are with you. You're amazing. So we've got a lot to unpack today because organic marketing is really the foundations of everything. And I talk a lot about, Emma, my own journey. My entire life, I've relied on organic marketing to generate business. It's only been latter in my businesses as I've grown them that I've actually gone to use paid traffic. And when things like iOS 14, Facebook, it's Facebook and places like that, and the world goes, or we hit a pandemic market and things going, we always fall back to those foundational things organic marketing that's always served me well. So we're going to get to some of your tips and tricks, but I'd love you to start off by sharing a little bit about Emma's journey, like where you started and how you've come to be with us now in coaching.
Yeah, awesome. So yeah, as you said, Mel, I joined your program, the Bookkeeper Revolution program. And then I went on to the Inferno program as well. And that was a really eye-opening experience, because I was a bookkeeper that was working with lots of different types of people. And it really helped me to specialize in tradies, which was awesome because I had some really great tradie clients. So I thought, that is my area of expertise. And, over time, the more I worked with tradies and builders, I just kind of saw the same, challenges, the cash flow challenges, not having any clarity over their job costs, working way too much. They just don't have any time for family, friends, or anything else for that matter. And there just seemed to be this constant pattern. So I thought, how do I help them even more? So I developed a coaching program, an 8-week coaching online program, which is awesome and really helps them to fix the root cause of, those challenges. And that's definitely been a steep learning curve. And a lot of the marketing has been organic marketing to, test the messaging, and to really build the foundations and put it out there to the market to build authority and help people know what I do and that, I know what I'm talking about, hopefully. And so I've been doing lots of webinars and social media posting and joining lots of organizations. So that's been a huge success. And now obviously I help your bookkeepers students to get the message out of what they do for their organic marketing.
Yeah. I think the thing I love most about you, Emma, is that, and this is a state with all of our coaches that we bring in here, is that you've actually, walked the actual walk. You haven't just talked it. And there's a lot of info products out there at the moment from people that are selling things, for $27, $37, $97 that have never run a business. They've just bought someone else's course, taken the information and thrown it online, and they've never done it. So it's kind of like, yeah, just do this, you'll be right. But whereas you've really actually lived it, you've had a bookkeeping business, you've gone out there, you've grown it, you served clients, and then you started from scratch your own coaching program. So bookkeepers, I want you to know that you can actually do this. And this is one of the things that we actually also help people in our programs do, to take your genius and knowledge online, but in a really authentic way. And so what are some of the results that you're seeing your amazing tradies that are working with you actually achieving in their businesses?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the end result is that they are seeing more of their profit. They're holding on to more of their profit. And they're just getting a lot of clarity over who they should be working with and standing out in the market, because, there's lots of tradies doing similar things. And part of that is to really stand out and communicate to your, ideal clients and to solve the problem, like we do as bookkeepers. We're solving problems, and tradies are the same as that as well.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. I love that. And Ems, I love that you've really focused on being quite narrow. You've gone, this is my area of genius. This is actually my thing. My superpower that I know that I can really go out there and help somebody. And I think a lot of the areas I see people get stuck is they kind of try to be all things to all people.
Yeah.
And you hear me say that a lot, but even I've fallen into that trap. Sometimes it's really easy to get distracted by other things, or you'll see something online and you'll think, oh, this person's doing, really, really good. Anna's commenting, you're meant to be in a clinic, Anna. Sprung. And, we end up going in different directions, and it is very distracting. But,
It is
would
definitely.
you say that your ability to really stay focused has helped with your success in this?
Yeah, I think so, definitely, because, it could be broader, but then tradies work with jobs in a specific way, and that's what I know most about.
Yeah.
But you're right, there's so much distraction out there. It's so overwhelming, and it is really easy to get sort of pulled in different directions. But I guess just really thinking about the end game, where I want to be in like 12 months time, I think that really keeps you on track, and sticking to what you know in terms of, your knowledge. I mean, obviously we're learning lots of new marketing tools, but sticking to what you say, your genius zone.
Yeah. Yeah. And one of the things I want to touch on briefly now, I feel like there's so much in organic marketing. We might have to have you on another show, I think, Emma. There's a lot to unpack. But one of the things I often see people do, and it's something we stop people when they first come in and work within our programs. And I know, Emma, you would be seeing this too, is a lot of people will come to us and say, we just want leads. We just want, to plug and play into Facebook and let it do its work. And we just want to see it like magic happen.
Yeah.
And, I'd love to know what your thoughts are on that statement.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's all very well. We can do Facebook ads, we can go out and try and sell stuff, but it's never really going to be effective, and we're not going to get the results that we want for our customers unless we really know who we're talking to. So, it's the same with tradies. They tend to try and talk to everyone. We all think that we need to have a service for everyone, but by doing that, really, we target nobody. And if we can really work out what problem we need to solve and who has that problem, our communication with the Facebooks, the organic marketing is just so much more powerful. And that's really how we're going to stand out from, our competitors that might be trying to do everything.
Yeah. It gets back to that trying to be all things to all people.
Yeah. And it is scary to not do that, to specialize. It is. But once we start seeing the rewards, you can just feel how important it is to do that, So we kind of have to go against the grain slightly.
I mean, Seth Godin has a famous saying about being the purple cow in the field, and we talk about that a lot too. I mean, it is about being the purple cow right now. And I think one of the things that I always say to people too about running into paid traffic is that why would you spend money on something if you haven't got proof that it works yet?
Definitely.
And this is an accounting brain clicking in here. If you think about it, if we go to buy another business or start a business, what do? We do due diligence, right?
Mm-hmm.
So marketing is the same concept. And a lot of other marketers will call it proof of concept, but I like to call it, let's do our due diligence, which is testing.
Mm-hmm.
So we know that what it is we're testing in the market's going to resonate with our audience. And in marketing, that's kind of like our message, right? We want to know that people are going to buy what we've got before we throw money behind it to amplify it. Because we work hard to build that war chest up of cash reserve, right? We just don't want to give it away.
Mm-hmm.
So in saying that, Ems, one of the big things that I also see a lot of bookkeepers struggle with is they're actually fearful of putting themselves out there online. I'd love to get kind of your thoughts on that and how we can potentially start to overcome that fear and move forward.
Definitely. That is really scary. I found that scary when I was doing, starting on this journey to really, put yourself out there, your thoughts out there, what you do. It is very scary, but it's just like anything. The more we do it, the more comfortable we get. And at the same time, I would always say, we can't take things personally. So if someone doesn't like what you're saying, they don't have to read it, or, if they don't like an email that you've sent, then they can unsubscribe. So I think it's really about not taking it personally, although that's difficult. It really helps us to, push through that barrier and just really get ourselves out there.
What's the saying? The saying I love, what other people think of me is actually none of my business.
Yeah. Yeah. And you're not going to be able to please everyone ever.
No.
And what you are saying in the market, that will get the attention of like-minded people. So, if someone doesn't like what you're saying, then they're not the right person to work with you. If they do like it, then they're your ideal clients that you're, bringing towards yourself.
Yeah. I love that. And I think one of the other common things that I also get asked and also see is that people are frightened to actually start to maybe go out there and get online, potentially if it's on Facebook, they think, well, what are my friends and family going to think if I'm
Yeah.
talking about my business. I mean, what are your thoughts on managing that, Ems?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I thought that as well. But once you start putting yourself out there, you'll actually be surprised by the reaction. You know, I get all my friends and family saying, "Oh, what you're doing is so awesome," and like they probably
Oh,
don't really know what I'm doing, but it sounds interesting. And yeah, it surprises you. You know, we tend to think, you know, it's moving into that negative Nadine stage. We think people
yeah.
are going to think badly about us, but actually, you'd be surprised, you know, at the reactions that you get. But it is difficult. But the more you do it, definitely, the easier it gets.
Yeah.
You just got to start, you know.
I love it, Ems. I love it. So what would you say be just a couple of tips that you could share with those bookkeepers that are here listening with us today around what are some of the things they can actually do to get started, to market,
Mm.
to tell people that, we're actually here? What would they be, Ems?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the main thing is your business profiles. You know, I would definitely start with those. So make sure the information on there really tells your ideal customer how you're going to help them. Start with that, and you know what your solution is, and having posts on there that really communicate your expertise and your knowledge and what you do, so that if they go on your business page, they can completely see what sort of business owner you are and how you can help them. So I'll definitely start with that. And also finding some groups on Facebook that might have your ideal client and just starting
Yeah.
to engage in that. But, you know, I would definitely go into that not having in your mind, oh, I need to get clients, but having in your mind, I just want to start communicating with potential customers.
Yeah.
And then from that, you know, the revenue comes afterwards. So yeah, I would start with those two things. You know, I'd keep it quite simple. And just posting things that are of interest to you on your personal page, on your business page, and posting questions as well, which is really great for getting a response and starting conversations.
I love that. I love that. Thank you so much, Emma, for sharing some of your tips around the organic marketing. And the thing is, if you want to actually find out what this stuff looks like, find Emma, add her as a friend on Facebook, add me as a friend on Facebook, add
Yeah,
Anna, follow what we're doing on our profiles. It will give you a really good idea of how we've actually represented who we are and our business brands online. And I think the big thing that we need to remember in this is people want to do business with other people, right?
yeah.
The days where you hide behind that brand are gone, because
Mm,
unless you're, a big brand like Xero or QuickBooks, right? We all know that. But when we're individuals or small firm owners in the market, we need to be driving that brand, representing that brand's values, what we stand for online, not only as the business name, but who we are as people, because people want to actually deal with people that are authentic and that are truthful. Because if you go back to what Seth Godin says about being the purple cow, what I can tell you right now in the market is that truth and authenticity is what is cutting through the noise, right? Because
definitely.
there's so much noise, there's so much spam out there at the moment. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. I think you could buy just about a product for $27, $37 for anything that you want to learn online at the moment, all free. Now, the quality of what you're going to get from that is, I don't know, because I reckon once COVID's over and people go back to their day jobs, all these side hustles are going to disappear, right? And all these people that are buying these $27, $30 products, $37 products are going to go, oh, I'm gone to log in, and it's gone because, these people have gone back to work and closed stuff down because they don't want to pay for the monthly subscription to host the learning anymore. I can see it coming a mile away. So warning, please be careful what you opt into online at the moment. If you're unsure, then don't do it. Don't do it. Okay, enough about, sorry, it's a rant from Mel about marketing there. So one of the things that Emma and I have been toying about is running a marketing school. And so many people have been asking about us, how can we jump in? So we've just launched our CFO, a bookkeeper to CFO school. We're actually looking at running a marketing school as well, which is a 12-week journey where you're going to get live coaching, and it's structured and set homework And by the end of that period, you'll be live in market. So if this is of interest to you, let us know, because we're all about creating things that are going to serve you. So this is not a login self-paced program, right, that you just go, we're going to let you go through it. This is actually going to be a live marketing school. So if this is of interest to you, comment below. I'll put actually a link post this live stream, because I actually wasn't going to talk about that, but I decided that I should. I tend to do things unannounced. Sorry, Anna, I've bombed you. So we'll be stepping you through. So one of the things I wanted to ask you about, Emma, is what is one piece of technology that you absolutely could not live without?
I'd say, Google Maps. I just have no sense of direction, and I think it's because I'm thinking about so much other stuff. I can very easily get lost. So Google Maps is my go-to for.
I love it. I love that. And these are some of our standard questions that we're going to be asking our guests. So here's the next one. What would be one thing that you would tell your younger self?
I definitely would have told myself to quit my job and do this all earlier. I spent almost 10 years working in advertising for a job that I hated.
You did your apprenticeship, girl. 10 years is a long time.
Yeah. So, I do wish I had done it sooner. Obviously, I've got lots of experience from that, but I would have told myself to just get out there and do it, because it was kind of bubbling away. It was inside me. And I needed that push to get going, but I really wish that I had just told myself to get going a lot earlier. But, there we go.
So I guess that's going to lead to, what's the one piece of advice or Emma's words of wisdom that you would leave our listeners with today?
I think if you're thinking about starting a business, if you've been thinking about it for a while, I would just say do it. Life's short, and if we're going to be working, I think we work at least 40 years in our career. I personally want to spend that 40 years doing something that I want to do for myself,
Yeah. I love that. So to sum it up, if you're sitting on the fence, just do it.
Yes, definitely. Because the support is all out there, it's definitely there.
You can buy one of those $27 programs.
Exactly.
You'll be a world empire marketer after you've gone through that. You'll be able to make 8 figures in 30 days.
Exactly, Mel. Exactly.
I cracked myself up, seriously. It's like what we talked about before. There is seriously no magic bullet, guys. It's actually, it's just about being who you are and getting out there, taking the action, but continuing taking the action. You got to be consistent with it. So we've reached time today, Emma, our organic marketing queen. Thank you so much for your time. I'm going to drop the details of our marketing school below. We're going to be launching that moving into next month. It's a very small group. We're only going to be taking 20 people through. And so 12 weeks, no, you won't be earning 8 figures in 12 weeks. I'm really sorry. We're all about truth and authenticity. But what I can tell you is that by the end of that, you will be super clear on your message. You will have all of your digital profiles optimized. You will have an understanding of where your target market are. You're going to understand how to write indirect response copy, potentially if you want to launch ads, develop lead magnets, all of that. But here's the thing. We are going to step you through that. So myself and my beautiful marketing coaches, this is a guided 12 weeks. So you have to take the action. No, not doing the homework, right? You come into week 1, we do the class, we have a Q&A twice a week, we have clinics, teaching, and then you do the stuff and then you submit it and you come to the next week. So if you're procrastinating or if you know that you just don't know how to market, then the marketing school is going to be for you. If you're already in one of my programs and you are stuck with this, right, you cannot move forward, then this is absolutely going to be the place for you. So, we get stuck for a lot of different reasons. Sometimes it's mindset. Sometimes it's some of those things that Emma talked about where, you get fearful of putting yourself out there. So whatever those things are, let me know. We'll drop the link in. Just register your interest and we're going to hold a little short webinar. Actually, I didn't even know I was going to talk about that, Emma. Welcome to Bookkeeper Revolution Show, where we just do things we don't expect. That's it from me. Thanks for turning up, Ems. And we'll have you on another show, I think, again in a couple of weeks.
Thank you, Mel.
We'll delve down more into some organic marketing stuff.
Definitely.
Thanks, honey.
Thanks, Mel.
Okay, bye.
Bye.